Emma had always admired Mr. Harrison, her boss. He was smart, kind, and had a great sense of humor. When he announced that they needed to go to Paris for a conference, Emma was excited. She had never been to Paris before, and the thought of spending a few days there with Mr. Harrison made her heart flutter. As the day of the trip got closer, Emma found herself getting more and more nervous. She packed her best outfits, wanting to make a good impression on Mr. Harrison. She wondered if he felt the same way about her, or if she was just imagining things. Finally, the day arrived. Emma met Mr. Harrison at the airport, and they boarded the plane to Paris. The flight was smooth, and they chatted about work and their personal lives. Emma learned that Mr. Harrison was divorced and had a teenage daughter. She felt a sense of relief knowing that he was single. When they arrived in Paris, they took a taxi to their hotel. Emma was surprised when the taxi stopped in front of a beautiful boutique hotel in the heart of the city. She had assumed they would be staying in a generic business hotel. As they checked in, Emma learned that there had been a mistake with the bookings. Only one suite was available, with one large bedroom. Emma's heart skipped a beat. She looked at Mr. Harrison, unsure of what to say. He seemed just as surprised as she was. "Well, this is unexpected," Mr. Harrison said, breaking the silence. "I suppose we'll have to make the best of it. I can take the couch in the living room." Emma felt a pang of disappointment. She had been hoping that they would share the bed, but she didn't want to be too forward. "Are you sure, Mr. Harrison?" Emma asked. "I don't mind taking the couch." "Nonsense, Emma," he replied. "You deserve the bed. I'll be fine on the couch." They went up to their suite, and Emma was amazed by how luxurious it was. The bedroom had a huge king-sized bed, a fireplace, and a balcony with a view of the Eiffel Tower. Emma couldn't help but imagine what it would be like to share that bed with Mr. Harrison. After unpacking, they went to the conference. It was interesting, but Emma found herself constantly distracted by thoughts of Mr. Harrison. She kept catching him looking at her, and she wondered what he was thinking. That evening they decided to have dinner at a small bistro near the hotel. As they ate, they talked and laughed, and Emma felt a connection between them that she had never felt before. After dinner they walked along the Seine River, hand in hand. The city was beautiful at night, with all the lights twinkling on the water. When they got back to the hotel, Emma felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. She knew that she wanted to be with Mr. Harrison, but she didn't want to ruin their professional relationship. Mr. Harrison went to the living room to make up the couch, and Emma went to the bedroom. She changed into her pajamas and brushed her teeth, trying to calm her racing heart. Suddenly there was a knock on the door. Emma opened it to find Mr. Harrison standing there, looking handsome in his casual clothes. "Emma," he said, "I can't sleep. Would you mind if I joined you on the balcony for a bit?" Emma's heart leapt. "Of course, Mr. Harrison," she said, trying to sound casual. They went out to the balcony and sat down, looking at the Eiffel Tower. The silence was comfortable, and Emma felt a sense of peace. After a few minutes, Mr. Harrison turned to her and said, "Emma, I need to be honest with you. I've had feelings for you for a long time." Emma's eyes widened. "Mr. Harrison, Please call me David," he interrupted. "And I know this is inappropriate, but I can't help how I feel. I think you're amazing, and I've been trying to ignore these feelings, but I can't anymore." Emma took a deep breath. "David, I feel the same way about you, she confessed. I've been so nervous about saying anything because I didn't want to jeopardize my job. David smiled and took her hand. Emma, your job is safe. I would never do anything to make you uncomfortable. But I had to tell you how I feel. They sat there for a long time, talking and holding hands. Finally, David leaned in and kissed Emma gently. It was a magical moment, and Emma knew that this was the start of something special. They went back into the bedroom and lay down on the bed, holding each other close. They talked for hours, sharing their hopes and dreams. Eventually, they fell asleep in each other's arms. The next morning, Emma woke up feeling happier than she had ever felt before. She looked at David, who was still sleeping soundly, and smiled. She knew that their relationship would be complicated, but she was willing to take the risk. They spent the rest of their time in Paris exploring the city and enjoying each other's company. They went to museums, ate delicious food, and walked along the Seine River. Emma felt like she was living in a dream. When it was time to go home, Emma was sad to leave Paris, but she was also excited to see what the future held for her and David. They knew that they would have to be discreet about their relationship at work, but they were determined to make it work. As they boarded the plane, Emma looked at David and smiled. She knew that their trip to Paris had changed their lives forever, and she couldn't wait to see what adventures they would have together.